Someone asked how the tile would look if it were not painted and just antiqued as is, so I'm going to use these little pieces to make an ornament and show you what that would look like. First, I'm going to trace around this wood circle that I got at Hobby Lobby. I drilled a little hole in the top so that I could have a place to hang the stringer. I'm using the scrap piece from my project yesterday and just cutting a circle out of that tile piece. Once that's cut out, I'm going to use my hot glue to glue it on. I'm making sure that I have the hole in the place, in one of the flatter places. Now, whenever I used this glue on here, it did kind of melt my design a little bit where I put it in the center. So next time I probably would just only put the glue on the flat places, not where it's embossed, because it will melt that part. And once I have it glued in place, then I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to kind of push through where that hole is so that I can have a hole there to put my twine through later and hang it. And once I have the main kind of hole punched out, I'm going to use a really skinny paintbrush. I'm going to use the end of it just to push through and twist around and just kind of make that hole, that opening, a little bit nicer and bigger. And now I'm ready to put my Mod Podge on, and this just seals the tile so that whenever I add my wax later, it wipes off easier. So you're going to put just a thin layer of Mod Podge on and let it dry really well. Then I'm going to take my antiquing wax and just spread it over the whole circle and getting in all the grooves and edges, spreading it on really well. And then I'm going to take this wet wipe and wipe over the top part of it. I kind of want to leave the wax in the grooves, but I want to bring out the brightness of the silver. So I'm going to try to just really rub the embossed parts and leave enough in the little grooves that it still looks kind of vintage. And then I'm going back over the edges with some antiquing wax. I just like to kind of highlight those edges. It just gives it a little extra kind of dimension and detail that looks nice on the finished product. And you can leave on or wipe off just as much as you want for how you want it to look. And now I'm going to take some truffle color chalk paint and just go ahead and dab it around the edges so that it doesn't look like such an unfinished piece of wood here. Just coloring in the edges, and then I'll flip it over and kind of do those top parts where it's peeking through just a little bit. And you could do this before you glued on the piece. I just didn't really think about it till later, so that's why I'm doing it now. And once I have really good coverage on that, it's time to put my string back in. If you kind of twist it a little as you're pushing, it'll help it to go through a little easier. And then I'm tying a knot at the top so that I have a little hanger. You want to get it nice and straight right there so that whenever, when I glue this bow on, it's going to still hang correctly. And I kind of just left it simple because I really wanted the design of the tile to be the main focus. I didn't want too much to take away from it. And I just think this would look really good like on a rustic country Christmas tree. So thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think about it.